Nouveau. I don't care at all. Don't you just want to eat that? It's making me think of Dippin' Dots. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. Oh my goodness, we gotta zoom in for this eye look. So today I had an amazing idea to try and do my entire winged liner with rhinestones. And here's the deal, I definitely don't think I nailed it. I gotta figure out how to make it look sharper at the end, but I really wanted to attempt to do the whole liner with just rhinestones because I've done rhinestones over a wing before, but I've never done the whole winged liner as rhinestones, and I still think it looks super cool, especially more zoomed out. See, from back here, you're like, who's that cool girl with a sparkly winged liner? It's me, you guys, it's me. I have cool sparkly winged liner made of rhinestones today, and I just feel so dang cute. But that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to see my cute little rhinestoned eyeliner. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in a makeup anti-haul. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's been so long since I did a makeup anti-haul. It probably hasn't been that long. I complain about makeup releases I don't want a lot, but it feels like it's been a long time because I feel like there's been a lot of good makeup releases lately. You know, credit where credit is due. Here is me handing a single flower to the beauty industry, thanking them for some good releases. But yeah, June's here and there's some not so good ones, especially some that like just got posted today. So breaking news, breaking beauty news over here. And yeah, I can't wait to talk to you about all of the new makeup releases that I'm not gonna buy. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to see a little makeup anti-haul, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching because it's coming at you right now. Alright, let me scooch over so I can put the products on the screen here for you. And the first new makeup release that literally was just announced a few hours ago, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau palette. Is that the name of the palette, or are they just saying it's new? Isn't Nouveau just like new in French? Nouveau. Let me look up how to say that. Nouveau. Okay, the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau palette. Okay, so first off, just visually, I don't like it. I don't find this color story appealing at all, even if I'm able to separate myself as a non-neutral lover. You know, clearly this is a lot of neutrals, but there is a pop of purple in there too, and you'd think that would be enough to really get me excited. The shade Wisteria, that gorgeous lilac purple, but it really doesn't fit in the palette for me. I think it's strange to have, you know, this burnt orange along with this like taupey pink, lilac purple, army green. Some of those go nicely together. Like I think if they stuck with like the greens and the oranges, that fits a little more for me. But the random purple, I don't know. I'll be interested to see people doing looks with this palette when it comes out. But for me, in order to buy an eyeshadow palette, I have to like immediately be inspired. Like one palette, let me give you an example. When the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette was first announced, I immediately was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that, because I look at it and I just see looks. I just see so much look potential with this palette, and I'll give you a more neutral example as well. And for a more neutral example that honestly gives me kind of similar energy to the Nouveau, I just looked up how to pronounce it. Oh my gosh. This palette from What's Up Beauty, their Geode palette, I feel like is what this ABH palette wants to be, but much better, because they also do the neutrals mixed with the purples and the taupey pinks. Okay, maybe it's just missing a burnt orange, but they have that gorgeous mustard yellow. I just feel like the concept of what ABH wanted to do is like a little bit closer to this, you know, where you maybe want to play with purples, but if you want to play with purples, then you need to give us more like appropriate matching mattes, you know, like this nice mauve-y matte with the deep brown. I guess they do have a deep brown in there, but is that a shimmer? It doesn't even look like it's a matte. Why wouldn't you give a deep brown matte? That doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, this ABH palette is just like a not fully seen concept for me. Like I see like the brand imagery is very like woodsy and flowers, and I love that idea. I just don't think all of the colors fit together well, or maybe I'm just gonna need to see some more inspiration with that. I also see that a big claim with this new palette is it comes with almost 200% more of every shade than the original palettes, and I don't care at all. Like I just don't see that as a huge incentive, because you know, it's not the days of modern renaissance anymore where people really were like finishing entire pans. Like I remember I finished all of Cypress Umber, that deep brown in the modern renaissance palette, but I just feel like like we don't see that as much with eyeshadow nowadays. There's just so many eyeshadow palettes out there. The hit pan on an eyeshadow palette is really exciting, but not something that happens often. So unless you like already know that you love the ABH formula and this color story is right up your street, I just don't see why you would really care that there's 200% more product, you know? Because does that just mean they're gonna charge more money for it? I don't see the price for this yet, but you know, ABH tends to be expensive, so I doubt this is gonna be less than like $45, and I definitely don't think it's worth it at all. So yeah, the new ABH Nouveau palette is anti-hauled. All right, next up we have a very interesting new makeup product to talk about, and that is the new Les Beige Water Fresh Complexion Touch with Micro Droplet Pigments from Chanel. What is the full name of the product? Les Beige Water Fresh Complexion Touch. Don't you just want to eat that? It's making me think of Dippin' Dots, and I want to eat it. Or like an Aero chocolate bar. Those are my European friends, my friends across the pond. Anyways, whatever way you slice it, it seems like it's a foundation, maybe more of like a tinted moisturizer serum type of thing. And I wanted to bring this up because I don't understand what the hype around these little droplets is, because a couple other brands have done stuff with that. Like Rose Inc came out with a complexion product that was similar to this a couple months ago, and I know I have a few friends who received it in PR, and I did not see such glowing reviews from it. I know my friend Tara Brooke really did not like this, and I feel like she and I have similar skin types, and different product, I should say. That was with the Rose Inc one. This is Chanel, baby. But am I really gonna take a chance on an $85 complexion product? No, absolutely not. Not when I've got such good options in my collection already. I even thought spending $44 on the Jones Road foundation was a lot, so clearly I'm not spending twice that on a Chanel foundation. But I'm just wondering, what are these droplets supposed to do? Like, wouldn't you think you would want a formula to already be mixed together? Like, I'm sure it's probably a situation where maybe you warm it up in your hands, or maybe all the droplets just go together. I don't know, it just feels gimmicky to me. I wish there was more education around products like this, and maybe there's more to come and I just haven't seen it yet. I mean, this was also announced today, or maybe at the end of yesterday. Let me go to Chanel's page. Maybe they have more information there. Yeah, I didn't see any information on the Chanel Beauty makeup Instagram yet or anything, so hopefully there's more education to come with this product, because if there's a really solid explanation behind it, then I'm not even gonna say maybe. I don't have enough money to buy this product, but I would like to know if there's at least some sort of science backing this very interesting formula. So let me know if you've got the intel. Shout out to my chemists in the comments if there are any of you. But yeah, let me know if you know why they would formulate something like this and if you're gonna buy it, because I'm not. Alrighty, the next new makeup release I want to talk to you about is a drugstore makeup release, drastically switching gears from the new Chanel release. I want to talk about the Wet n Wild and Stitch collaboration makeup collection. I was confused. I was fully ready to sit here and say Lilo and Stitch, but I just noticed that it's just a Stitch collab, even though Lilo is also featured alongside Stitch on the eyeshadow palette. But hey, what do I know? It's probably all intellectual property law and whatnot. I like Stitch. I don't like this collection, but I do like Lilo and Stitch. It's not that I don't like this collection. I just feel like, if you guys remember the Care Bear collection they came out with a couple months ago, I talked about how it felt very childish. Like, it felt very much like kids makeup. Like, it just looked kind of cheap. And I know like both of these are kind of like more kid topic collaborations, but they're also both like nostalgic, so I don't feel like they're aiming this towards kids. I feel like they're aiming it towards adults. I understand the cheap packaging is because Wet n Wild is an inexpensive brand, but I don't know, there's just something about it that feels like kids makeup. Maybe it's the clear plastic in front. I don't know. Maybe if it wasn't clear I wouldn't be saying this, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. To me, it just doesn't, like, it doesn't feel cute enough to just like display, even if you're like a big Disney fan or a big Stitch fan. Like, I know sometimes Colourpop does these IP collabs with Disney. They have this very like beautiful artistic packaging, and people are like, well, I'm buying this because I'm gonna display it. And hey, I get that, power to you. But I just don't foresee people being super psyched to display this. Like, it's cute packaging, but it's a little basic. And then it looks like they have a highlighter and bronzer palette, which that's never gonna suit everybody. So I really don't like when brands try to do like one universal palette. Yeah, they have one Hula Honey Glow face palette, which like is very close to the Benefit Hula face palette. It's Hula spelled differently in the Wet n Wild one, but I'm like, could that be a lawsuit? I don't know, probably not. What do I know? And the brushes are fine. The makeup cases are honestly the cutest thing. Like, I do think their little makeup bags are very cute. That's fun. Intellectual property collections don't always need to be a whole collection. I am always like very pro brands just doing an eyeshadow palette with somebody, or just doing a makeup bag bag, just doing a lip gloss, like that can be enough, but it's all about making the most money. I get it. Clearly I'm not the most capitalist minded man, but like, yeah, I don't know. I just think this could have been a lot less and I'm not buying it. Okay, this next new makeup release makes me sad because if I had a ton of disposable income and money to burn, then I would buy a few of these, but I don't have either of those things, so I'm not gonna be buying the new Pat McGrath Skin Fetish blushes and highlighters. These blushes are so cool. I love that they're two-toned, like you get two different blushes in one. I love using a blush palette that I could just like go over a few blushes in. Like I love my little Alamar Colorete blush trio blush because you get 3 beautiful blushes that mix so well together. This formula is very good mixed. You can totally customize colors, so I feel like I have like 6 different blush options in this 3 blush palette, so I love that. But this was like $30 versus one single Pat McGrath blush, even though it contains 2, still being $44. So like that's out of my budget, unfortunately. I especially really like this one with the orange flowers, and it looks like it's like an orange and pink mix, although that also reminds me of the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter that I bought in 2018, which was Mimosa Sunrise and Sangria Sunset that I decluttered because I never used. So maybe I should just learn my lesson on this one. But the pink and purple shade is pretty. I don't know, I think they're just really pretty to look at, but when have I ever bought makeup because it's just pretty to look at? Never. My Virgo heart would not allow that, and my budget also will not allow this, but it's a cute concept, really innovative. I like the 2-in-1 blushes because that's how I like to use blushes. The highlighters I'm sure are fine. I'm just like never gonna pay that much for a powder highlighter because I don't think they're worth it because I don't wear them enough. I'd prefer just a glowy blush, but I'm sure they're perfectly fine. Pat McGrath has also been doing a lot of sales lately, so maybe I'll try to catch this on a sale, but it's like she's so expensive to begin with that even when she has a huge sale, I'm still paying like over $20 for a blush, which just for me, it's not gonna happen. Maybe Pat McGrath will throw me a bone at TJ Maxx one day because I would love to try more from her, but I simply do not have the funds at the moment, and also just on Virgo principle, it's a little too expensive for me. So this is gonna be anti-haul for me, but I would love to know what you guys think. Okay, this last new makeup release I want to talk about is a little bit of an older release, and by older I mean it came out on May 19th, so it's amazing how fast the beauty industry works now, where I'm like saying this is an old release, it's like 2 weeks old. Anyway, I want to talk to you about the Maybelline shadow blocks, which kaja bento boxes. Anyone? Yeah, clearly these are similar to that. I know people love the kaja bento boxes. I've never tried them myself, but I've heard that the formula is like genuinely very good, whereas these look not so good. I don't know. I find it really hard to find good drugstore eyeshadows. Like I know people like e.l.f. I have not personally had the best experience with e.l.f. eyeshadows. I have not had good experiences with NYX eyeshadows. I've not had good experience with Maybelline eyeshadows or Revlon eyeshadows. So like if you know of a really good drugstore eyeshadow formula, please let me know and I'm happy to try it out. I've clearly made many mistakes and taken many risks and not liked it before. But yeah, I don't think these are gonna be ones I'm taking a risk on, because even that purple color story, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Maybe I'll give that a try. But even on their own photos with the model, they don't even look all that pigmented, which not everyone's looking for pigment, but I'm looking for pigment. And this just doesn't look very exciting to me. I like the names. I like that they all have like cute New York City corner street names. Like they have names like 82nd and Park Ave, West 4th and Perry Street, Broadway and Prince Street. Like very cute names for sure. None of those places are in Queens. They definitely could have done a Queens Street and I would have been more enticed to buy it, but no, the formula just doesn't look great, which is a bummer. I was so excited to see all that purple, but let me know if you guys have tried these. I'm like trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but then their own swatches don't look good, so I'm like, you feel like usually the brand swatches or like eye pictures should be the best representation of the product, like the product looking its absolute best, but I don't think it even looks good in their brand pictures. And kind of bulky packaging, like the kaja bento boxes are really small and concise, like they are, the eyeshadow is like the whole circle basically, whereas these look like they have a lot of space between the squares, so that's like wasted space in packaging for me, which is not exciting, especially you're trying to be cute and small and concise, and I'm sure they want people to like throw this in their purse, but I just like see so much wasted space there that didn't need to be there. So yeah, it's cute concept. I mean, is it their original concept? I don't know. I don't know how much kaja has like, you know, like the trademark on those bento boxes, but like they kind of do. I know Melt did a similar thing before. Either way, the product itself doesn't look great and I'm not gonna buy it. Alrighty, and with that, we've reached the end of my makeup anti-haul. That's all the makeup I want to talk to you about today that I am not buying, but please let me know what new makeup releases you're not interested in this month, or if you've tried any of the products I have talked about today. I am happy to be wrong. I don't ever want makeup to be bad. Even if I maintain that certain makeup products are overpriced, no matter how good they are, I still would love to be wrong about all of these, and I hope that they're all great. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Check out my description box for all of the details on the makeup products on my face today. Also in my description box, I have a bunch of Black Lives Matter resources to support the Asian American community, resources to support the LGBTQ+ community, and resources to support Ukraine. So please click on those links if you haven't yet, and I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!